Let me introduce myself. My name is Ferdi. I'm doing the technical support of North Europe in some other countries where they speak English and German or Dutch. Okay. So whenever there's a question, you can always use the chat within the webinar. Okay. My commercial colleague Paul will answer your questions. And if not, if it's needed, we are going to explain it on the webinar in person. So about this sales training, we're going to present our new product line, and I'm very excited about it. There's some nice new features coming up, and maybe some of you already have tried and tested the new product line. Well, anyhow, let's get started. Safire is one of the fastest growing brands in Europe and in the rest of the world. And recently, probably you heard about it. I think everybody already heard about it. We are going to have a new lineup with Safire, and the name is called Safire Smart. And the new Safire Smart lineup continued with the knowledge that we created on the Safire brand, with the latest technologies, and we're going to improve everything. All the new products are way more smoother than ever. So this is what we noticed in our clients' request. We see that there are a lot of changes coming up and what you guys need to have for your installations. Let's continue. So what benefits do we offer? Like I mentioned, with our experience and our latest innovations in hardware, design and software development, especially for the end customers, that you need to provide the products that they need at this moment. So, what is the focus? The focus is delivering you the material, the products that you need, what is up to date right now, what the clients need to have for their security. Safire Smart is giving you the opportunity to be able to work with this type of new technologies that we're going to offer in a very competitive price. Okay, and the biggest change of all is that all the products are NDAA compliant with a chip that is faster and more efficient. You will directly know that in the performance when you see and using the products of Safire Smart. So let me see and check if we have any more questions. Oh, this is basically the same slideshows that their sales contact person shared with you. So let me see. Okay, let me start with the analog cameras. Okay, the analog cameras. We have different types of series. Okay, in this case, the B and the E series. The B series are like the more economic series for the not so advanced needed situations like supermarkets or offices where there's always bright light and you don't need to see all the details. The 1080p camera will be fine enough with the full color. Some of them have built-in microphones. They're also suitable for outside and vandal-proof, and a variofocus lens. Okay, let's move on to the E series. Well, the E series has a 5 megapixel camera sensor, a starlight night color with the option of a motorized lens, the Smart ER, and also weatherproof and vandal-proof. So about the analog cameras. How can we recognize the cameras? Well, the first two letters is the brand name, Safire. Then we have the body type, that's B for bullet, D for dome, and the turret, like you already know on the previous range of cameras. And then we have the body type situation, that is the measurements of the related to the measurements of the dimensions of the camera. And then the second one is the type lens, Z for zoom lens, manual focus, full color, and starlight. Second of all is the megapixels, and then the series, and then the millimeter of lens that they come with. Okay. So far, any questions that I need to answer? Okay, no questions. Okay, let's continue then to the analog recorders. So the analog recorders, we have the basic model that goes up to a resolution of 1080p, 2 megapixel. And then we have a higher version, is the IQ, that goes to 4 megapixel. And then at the end, we will have the ultimate version with 4K resolution. And those recorders will be coming soon in our shop. So we're going to have more than you can already see at the moment. Let's move on. How can we recognize the model numbers? Again, like the SF starts with, for the brand Safire, then the type XVR, obviously, then the amount of megapixels for 3, 6, and 8 stands for 2 megapixel, 5 megapixel, and 4K. The number of hard drives and the channels, 4, 8, and 16. Then the I/O, in this case, at this moment we have audio and alarm inputs. Okay, but all the recorders should be having alarm inputs and outputs. And then the quality of the series of the range. If there are no questions, we can move on to the next slide of the IP camera range. I think all of you are more interested in the IP camera ranges. Obviously, I know there are a lot of replacements of cameras where you use coax, but in general, the technology is so advanced that the IP camera is becoming very smooth in their recorders. Okay, let's start. So we have a B series, E series, and I series. So let's start with the B series. The B series has the basic security, basic advanced security, support for the advanced codecs, a wide dynamic range, option for SD card, and also for multiple stream resolutions, suitable for outside and vandal proof. Now the E series, they are II models within body recognition, face recognition, or cars, trucks, etc., and motorcycles. Those having deep learning algorithms, a heat map, there will be coming a fisheye model, obviously full color, advanced cyber structure, and security. Again, multiple resolutions for streaming options, and optional warning lights, face detection, smart infrared, and the advanced sensors, and the smart codec for encryption for the streaming and the recording, that could save you a lot of storage space, and also for the streaming goes very smoothly when you enter the highest codec form like the H.265s. Then it has an IP rating, starlight sensor, and target counting, SD card option, and also vandal proof. Let me go back to target counting. With the 4 megapixel I series, it is possible to start people counting, object counting, and you can display those results in the VMS software on your PC or also on the monitor of the recorder. Let's continue to the I series. Okay, has a more advanced deep learning algorithm, alarms options, sensible options for abnormal situations. Again, the smart codec, optional license plate recognition, sound and light warnings, two-way audio, and of course the security protection of the camera, SD card option, starlight, suitable for outside, face recognition, and through wide dynamic range for an even more advanced picture quality range. And some models with the vandal proof. Let me see, any questions so far? Okay, just hold on, some questions. So there's one question about the NVRs are hybrid. Just bear with me, because they are hybrid and it should be on the product page. Just bear with me. Let me open one of the products, XVRs. And then the Safire Smart. So at the moment we have 2 models online that are available. There are coming more models, just like we explained before. So in the 3060 channels, that one has the 16 coax channels plus 2 IP cameras. Then the other one, the 6000 with the 4 channel, that has 4 channels of coax and 2 IP. So yes, they're hybrid. So how can we know each reference of the cameras? Again, with the SSIP, it stands for Safire IP camera, then the body type again, then the lens options, then the body shape type, and the lens type, ZB zoom, and focal, full color, or starlight. The I/O with audio, or when it's with alarms. Then we have the resolution 2, 4, and 8 megapixel. Then obviously the series B1, E1, and I1. Then the millimeter lens, and then also the DL, the lights options, dual light options. I think it's pretty clear. Again, these slides should be available for you as well. Also, you can look up the reference types in the knowledge base of the support page on the visiotechsecurity.com site. So now the pan-tilt zoom camera series. Let me see if there are some new questions. Just bear with me, please. Yes, we come to that question later on. There is there's coming a mobile app. Well, in fact, there is already a mobile app, but I'm going to present that later on in the presentation. Okay, so let's continue with the PTZ cameras. Okay, different models from small one, 3 inches to 5-inch big ones, resolution up to 4K. Also the ISP Graphics technology. Many people are asking, hey, what is ISP graphic technology? The That's a new type of technology that processes the images so that we become more smooth in a more efficient way, so that the processor doesn't need that much of a power consumption. Anyhow, better performance, lower energy, so more efficient at the end. Okay. Laser illumination up to 500 meters. Smart tracking for people and cars, trucks and motorcycles. What's more, through Sense with AI technology, face recognition up to 30 faces at the same time, very impressive. Suitable for outside, vandal proof. So how can we recognize the cameras? What is each reference? Again, the SF IPSD stands for the brand and that it's a speed zoom. The sachet type, then the optical zoom, up to 40 times optical zoom. I/O, alarm. In this case, the maximum resolution, 2, 4 or 8 megapixels, and then we have the series SB1, E1, I1 and X1. Then the type of lights that being used, like the dual light type or a light, laser light up to 500 meters. Let me see if there are some questions. If I move too fast, please let us know. I guess I think for most clients this is very common. We use this type of references for almost every camera and products that we are selling. Okay, I see there are some questions. No, not all the PTZ cameras are auto tracking. These should be in the specifications of the product page. Okay, one question about the POA models. I'm going to talk about that in the next slide. Okay, let me see. Okay, one more question. Just bear with me, please. So the question is, are the PTZ cameras compatible with other brands? No, obviously, depending on the brand. Depending also on the ONVIF that is being used, the ONVIF version that is being used is very important. In general, I would say yes, but again, before buying, check the specifications of the brand and the model number that you would like to connect the PTZ camera to, and also check the specifications in the PTZ camera from Safire Smart. If you have doubts in this case, please ask us or send an email to support, and that's support@visiotechsecurity.com. Double check, it's very important, because in some cases it doesn't work. I'm very optimistic, depending also on the connection type of the PTZ camera. Does it work with a serial cable or does it work over IP? Some of them are dual. Then you can choose how to control the PTZ. Anyhow, it's important to check those kind of things, because technologies are changing all the time. Devices have new firmware. it might be that you need to update the firmware in any case. So I hope that more or less answers the question. Okay, so let me close this one. Then we continue, right? Let's go to the new slide of the NVRs, the most exciting part, at least for me. We have again different type of series: the B1, A1, and the A2. The B1 is very competitive. It's up to 4K with 4, 8, and 16 channels. Option to connect your POS system, digital. Space for 1 hard drive. Then the more interesting recorders is the A1 with AI and face recognition. Has a variety of ranges with PoE, without PoE. On the moment, let me double check in our web page, because they are updating every time. Let me see. Let me go to the products page, NVR Smart. Okay. I guess most of the models are already updated. So we have IP inputs up to 64 channels. We have on the web page the A1 and the A2 series. And the A2 series, they are new on the product page. Let me check. So coming back on the question with the PoE ports, on this moment on the A2 series, we have the 32 channel with 16 PoE. Let me see about the A1 series. Oh. On the A1 series, we have an 8 channel PoE. We have a 16 channel with 8 PoE. And that's it. Then we have a 32 channel as well. Just bear with me. You can always choose as well for the recorders with 2 network connections, so that you can separate the network connection that goes to the local LAN and the network connection that goes to the IP cameras. And obviously you need to use then a PoE switch. Let's see. Like I mentioned before, from the A1 series, you can also activate people counting with the I series 4 megapixel cameras. Also in the specifications, you can read that if it's suitable for people counting or car counting. Those applications you can use directly on the recorder. And on the monitor of the recorder, you have an option to live view all the people that are crossing the lines, and it's very nice. Also for face detection, you, for example, in the application, you can scan somebody's face and you select the date, and the app will connect the look up in the database of the recorder and will show you directly within a few seconds all the faces that has been detected on that date. Or if you select a multiple of dates, it will show that as well. Very, very smoothly. I highly recommend to get a demo with the A1 series, and especially with the cameras, the 4 megapixel cameras that has the option of people counting and face recognition. So you can have the best experience for the most compatible range of recorder and cameras, right? Let me see. Did I forget something? Okay, the A1 series has a 5,000 faces database, and the A2 double 10,000 has a dewrapping on the recorder of a fisheye camera. I think that's it. Let me see. I believe there are some questions on the NVRs. Let me see. Okay, I see there are some new questions. Let me wait. Okay, I'll wait until the questions are being loaded. Let me explain a little bit about the reference, and in the meantime, I'm waiting for the questions. They pop up. Okay. Does the PT set come with their own brackets? That's a good question. And how many outputs from the NVR? That question that I really do not understand. If you mean the alarm outputs, it could be 4 or 8 alarm inputs and 1 or 4 alarm outputs, depending on the model. The A1 and the A2 series, they have alarm outputs. Let me double check if the 3000 series has also alarm outputs. Just bear with me 1 second. All those information you should be able to see on the product page as well. Let me open quickly 13104 with 4 PoE connection. Let me see. They are all been updated with product pictures as well, so you can see the back of the recorder. So the B1 series, I can confirm now, they don't have alarm outputs or inputs. Okay, so if we move back to the A1 series, let me open the model that I have for testing on my desk. So then you go to alarms. Okay, has 8 inputs and 4 outputs. So that's amazing. You can connect sensors on the input. You can connect anything or any contact on the input. You can trigger output to activate lights or your alarm system in any case you want that. So let me check real fast the A2 series. Just bear with me. Specifications. Alarms. Okay, 16 alarm inputs and 4 alarm outputs. Amazing. Okay. Let me go back to the questions. Yes, all the models of the NVRs, XVRs has a high HDMI output and a VGA output. In some models you have two HDMI outputs. In some models you can use one for a spot monitor. Okay, I have here a question about two different type of models. One easy installation, the other one for more security. This depending obviously on the projects, I understand, and what I'm reading here. So you can make it yourself as complicated as possible. Okay, easy installation or difficult installation. It all depends on the network security that you have, additional to the already advanced security from the recorders. So top priority should be your network. And in any case, top priority, network. All the fences that you put at your front yard is an extra defense, even though you're using the best locks on your house. So this is my comment. If you have a project, for example, for banks, please contact us, and we can assist you with the most advanced network security as well. We can provide you with a plan how to set up extra advanced security for the company that is requested those kind of extra security. So I hope this is clear. If not, please write me an email or call me next week and we have a discussion and we make a personal plan. Let me see. Let's continue to the next slide if there are no more questions. I think there's one coming. It must be a difficult one. Okay, no more questions. Okay, let's move on. Let's have a sample of the E1 series, the economic series, the middle series, the middle range that we have. We can see the difference of on a normal camera and with a night color sensor. This is the starlight sensor that we are using. This is just an image. I would say get one today so that you can test it on Monday and you see it with your own eyes. Let's move on. This is inside with with low light settings. You can see the difference. Again, test it, buy one, get one. You see here the difference between the entry model range, the B1, and the mid-range camera, the E1. Again, a 4 megapixel without wide dynamic range and one with dynamic range. So you'll be able to see all the items that are in that cabinet, closet, whatever it is, on that picture. Let's move on. Remember we talked about the ISP graphics, okay? So this technology is for image signaling processing technology. Again, this is a more advanced imaging processing technology that combines pictures and makes the shapes more natural, like you see with this car, the one that doesn't have it and the one that has it. And it doesn't take a lot of energy with those new chips that we have implemented in the cameras and in the recorders. And this works very well with low light conditionings. Okay, so let's move on. The E1 Night Color Smart Lightning. The standard ones with the smart infrared lights, and the one with the processing will show you nicer images with no ghosting, depending again on the conditions outside and how you install the camera. But I'm sure you all guys know how to set those kind of things up. Well, the Night Color series that has a built-in microphone, and also optional the blue and red light for flashing when there is an alarm, a line crossing, or entrance of a parking space. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Intelligent scenarios in combination with the A and A2 series recorders and with the supported E1 cameras and the I1 cameras with the 4 megapixel sensor. You can have a variety of searches on type of events that you're looking for, and all this is even possible with your mobile application. Let me see. Okay, one question about license plates cameras. At the moment, they're not. We're not having it. They will be coming. When? I don't know. They're in development. As soon if we have the green light, they will start manufacturing and shipping it over. In this case, your sales contact should be having those type of information when it's ready. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide. Well, what are the new functions in the E1 series? Now, security, obviously very important. This is why we have the NDEA compliance certification as well. I know it's not really mandatory in all the European countries, but there are some countries that are already applying it, even though it's not written in the law yet. Especially with government buildings, they don't want to have any chip spying on their network. So this is a big advantage, especially in this price range. Take advantage of it. Let your clients know that this one is NDAA compliant and with the latest regulations. Okay. Access security, you can add users, block users, you can monitor when users are logged in or not logged in, all kinds of options, obviously with the password and encryption. There is the option of encrypted storage, so that in case people take out the hard drive, there's no point because they cannot see the footage unless they correct the encryption, of course. But let's say for normal people, advanced people, it's a safe place to store your footage on. Then also the port security, it's advanced and could be edited very easily. Let's move on to the next slide. The I-series cameras has even an automatic backup system for the stored configuration, and the synchronizes by default is on. So if you want to see more about it, I would say get one camera of the I-series. I am very thrilled about the quality and the smoothness of those cameras. Talking about smoothness of the cameras, the one thing that I noticed and I'm very, very, very thrilled about is you don't need to install any plugin anymore. So no more hustle with, hey, I don't have any image. Oh, I need to change the tab in Internet Explorer compatibility mode. No, straight ahead, you have your images without downloading any plugin. When you log into your NVR, you have the option of low quality and high quality. And depending on the situation, but in most cases, the low quality would be fine enough to have the most smoothest images appearing, and the recorder respond very, very fast. It's a big pleasant experience that I had for the last almost 3 weeks. I'm very happy about it. This is putting a big smile on my face when you're testing a recorder, when you're trying new stuff out. This is really a big plus. As for me it is, and I think for you guys that are going to install or going to show the recorder to your customers, it's very nice. It's definitely a go ahead to test and see for yourself. Let me see if there are some questions. No, I don't think so. That's nice. Let's move on. Yeah, we talked about detection with the I-series. What is available, time, date, type of detection. In almost every cases, depending on the image of course and the angle of the camera, it can detect if it's a male or female, having glasses, or even the type of clothes they're wearing. It's amazing, etc., etc. Also, well, it's not so important anymore if they have a mask on or not. Maybe, who knows, in the future we have another pandemic that we all need to wear those masks again. I hope not. I definitely hope not. But in this case, when it happens, those cameras are prepared for it. They can warn you, hey, there's somebody approaching that doesn't have any mask. So let's move on to the next slide. The same thing with the cars. What type of car it is, a sedan, station, even brand, and the color. Okay. I'm checking if there are some questions. Don't see any question at the moment. Let's move on to the next page. Okay, here we have a little demo about the areas and the different type of detection, like human detection. I think I need to click here. Yeah. So, no alarm with the dogs. And now we have the camera detecting a human entering the area. Okay. Let's move on. This is how the mobile app is going to look like. On the moment, we still have the tryout version. They are working on the new layout to stabilize it better than on the moment. With the new graphics, it should be very modern, the new one. The one that you currently can use works very smoothly, very fast. Like I mentioned, the picture lookup. Maybe I can show you how the standard it looks like, or you already downloaded it. I'm having a network issue here. Same thing with my notification. It's very slow. Anyhow, I will add some. No, in I hope next week I can have also on the support pages how the app works. For me, it's very simple and easy to use application. I see no more questions. Let's move on to this next page. These are the models, but I see it's already been updated. The availability of the models that we have on the mobile. Let me go back. So I am looking if there are any more questions. No, no more questions. Let me show you guys real quickly something. Just bear with me. Okay, great. Well, I just opened the support page. There were some questions. Hey, what type of program can we use on the computer? Well, in all cases, especially for new products, I highly recommend to go to the support pages. Okay, the classes you need to log in. If you do not know your password or you never have a password, just click on forgot password and the system will directly send you a new password so they can use your email address and password to log in. And then you should be able to see what is there for you. Okay. When you're missing something or something is not clear, okay, please write an email with a link of the article and we will update it. So in here, you see the basic instructions about installing the software. So in this case, we have the VMS software. It's very nice and very advanced. I'm very happy with it. Let me go quickly. You have the wizard of the setup. Let me go. Okay. For the installers in this case, or for your demo, I highly recommend to select all the options in the software, so that you can give a good demonstration for your clients. The client situation depending on the computer that you're going to use and to install. It's recommended to have a graphic card. It's recommended to have a minimum of i5 Intel processor and a minimum of 16 gigabytes of internal memory. Let me go up because we have more articles. I have created 3 articles. We have the articles in English and in German at the moment. So this is giving you the first boot of the recorder. So I really recommend keep an eye on those pages. But anyhow, this is more technical information, and about today is more like a commercial one. Indeed, this information you can also use for sales, obviously. No, let me show you a little bit of the smart event configuration. It's basically very simple. I guess some of you guys need to get used to the new menu structure, but for me it grows fast. I'm getting used to it very fastly. So anyhow, let me see if there are some more questions. Is there a mobile app? I think that's an old one, right? Is my chat messing around with me? Okay, let me see. Any more questions? Nope, no more questions. Anyhow, if you want to have the presentation, please ask your sales contacts and they will send you a PDF copy. Or if there's a technical question, please send it to support@visiotechsecurity.com. And for now, I wish you a wonderful day. Don't forget to order some cameras and a recorder. Especially for demo situations, I highly recommend to get the A1 series or the A1 and the A2 series to have a good demonstrations for the clients, because the A1 series is the B1 series is very basic. It can do basic stuff, especially for the installation. You only need basic stuff. So basic stuff, basic price, very competitive prices. And for the advanced one, really check the A1 series. They're very, very competitive. They're very smooth. Well, for now, I wish everybody a nice day and a very happy weekend. And I hope to see you guys back on Monday. And thanks for Paul answering those questions and assisting me with the questions.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want to know more about our security products, subscribe to the Visiotech channel and activate the notifications to always stay updated on the latest videos.